Hello, I'm Barry Whipp. In 2014 I was diagnosed with a macroadenoma. Many people think of that as a brain tumour, but it's actually a benign tumour that exists on your pituitary gland in the middle of your head. I was diagnosed by an optician who sent me to a neurologist, who basically advised me that I'd lost my peripheral vision to the left-hand side. After an MRI, I was referred to Mr. Peter Bullock in London. My tumour was not only benign, it was non-secreting, so it didn't affect my hormones too much. Mr. Bullock advised that he'd like to remove the tumour by transsphenoidal surgery. That would involve two surgeons effectively removing the tumour via my nose. I was admitted into hospital in London the night before my surgery. In the morning I was anaesthetised, and Mr. Roberts and Mr. Bullock would conduct the surgery over a 3-hour operation. I awoke many hours later in ICU. I had some wires attached to me, and various cords and machines were making noises. I was quite comfortable, if a little dazed after the surgery. For the next 3 days I remained in London in hospital. I received steroid jabs quite regularly, and also some drugs to take away some of the headache pains that I had. I was still quite comfortable, the staff were very friendly, and I was visited regularly not only by Mr. Bullock but by an endocrinologist. That's the guy that looks after your hormone levels and advises you what might need to happen in the future. After 3 days in hospital, I was discharged and went home on my own actually. I felt quite good, quite comfortable, and had a few headaches occasionally, but apart from that felt well in myself. After 6 months I had another MRI, which effectively showed that most of the tumour had been eradicated. After 12 months I had another MRI and a follow-up with Mr. Bullock. Mr. Bullock advised that there were still some cells on the pituitary that needed further treatment. He told me that basically there was not too much to worry about, and that we would undergo a period of radiotherapy. That's where radio waves are transmitted onto the tumour to try and eradicate the remaining cells. The radiotherapy was done at a local hospital. It lasted about 6 weeks. In fact, I had to go in every working day for that 6-week period. I had to lie on a slab. I had a mask that had been previously custom moulded to my face to hold me down, and the radio waves effectively zapped away at the tumour. After the 6 weeks was up, I felt quite well again and had a scheduled follow-up with Mr. Bullock. The follow-up MRI basically showed that the tumour had been eradicated. There are a few cells still left, which Mr. Bullock has advised are benign. They're not effectively active, they may just stay there and they may go away. But I've been advised that in 95% plus of cases, nothing ever happens to that tumour again, which is very reassuring. I recommend Mr. Peter Bullock wholeheartedly.